For 20 years, Jacob lived as a stranger in a foreign land. He worked faithfully, endured manipulation, and watched his wages change again and again, though God had blessed the work of his hands. Jacob remained under the shadow of a man who never truly let him go. Laban. Jacob's wealth increased. Flocks multiplied, servants grew, and his household expanded. But as Jacob prospered, Laban's attitude shifted. The sons of Laban whispered accusations, claiming Jacob had taken what belonged to their father. And Jacob could see it clearly now. Laban's face was no longer the same toward him. Then one night, God spoke. "Return to the land of your fathers and to your kindred, and I will be with you." This was not a suggestion. It was a command. Jacob knew the risk. Leaving secretly could provoke anger. Staying would mean disobedience. He called Rachel and Leah into the fields, away from prying ears, and laid everything bare. He reminded them of their father's deceit, how his wages had been changed 10 times, how God had protected him, how the wealth they now enjoyed came not from Laban, but from divine justice. Rachel and Leah listened and agreed. "Our father has treated us like foreigners," they said. "Whatever God has said to you, do it." So Jacob prepared to leave, quietly, deliberately, decisively. While Laban was away shearing his sheep, Jacob gathered his family, his servants, his livestock, and crossed the Euphrates River, heading toward the hill country of Gilead. But unknown to Jacob, another act unfolded in silence. Rachel stole her father's household idols. Why she did it remains debated. Inheritance rights, protection, or habit, but the act would soon intensify what followed. 3 days later, Laban discovered the truth. Jacob was gone. Fury burned within him. He gathered his men and pursued Jacob relentlessly for 7 days, closing the distance until he caught up with him in the mountains. That night, before confrontation could happen, God intervened. He appeared to Laban in a dream and warned him, "Be careful not to say anything to Jacob, either good or bad." By morning, Laban reached Jacob's camp. The tension was thick. He accused Jacob of fleeing secretly, of stealing his daughters, of taking his gods. He searched the tents, unaware that Rachel sat on the idols, hiding them beneath her. Nothing was found. And then, for the first time, Jacob spoke boldly. He unleashed 20 years of suppressed truth. He recounted his labor by day and night, the heat, the cold, the sleepless nights. How animals torn by beasts were replaced from his own loss. How his wages were changed again and again. "If the God of my father had not been with me," Jacob declared, "you would have sent me away empty-handed." Silence followed. Laban, realizing he could go no further, proposed a covenant. They built a stone pillar, a witness, an agreement that neither would cross it to harm the other, a boundary between manipulation and freedom. And so they parted. Jacob rose early the next morning, kissed his wives and children, and continued his journey, no longer a servant under Laban, but a man moving toward destiny. Yet ahead lay something even greater, a confrontation not with men, but with God himself. If you'd like to join the Bible story from Genesis to Revelation, subscribe to this channel. If you've ever reflected on Jacob's years of endurance, let us know how this story spoke to you in the comments. And if there's a Bible story you'd love us to tell next, share it with us below.